Hello, and we are back for your fourth and final game of tonight. It's going to be Rex against SLR in this one. This is bound to be a banger in this one too. Crims, how we feeling about this one?
Well, again, this is going to be a matchup that is going to affect the standings here. SLR want to catch up to the two other winners today, TDE and UB. Also want to secure themselves in first place. I mean, we are having an exciting run for the top of slot of this series here, as also Rex want to make sure that they can start getting into the middle of the pack. Picking up a win here is going to solidify them as a middle place team. So both teams really want the win to get better standings down the line here, as we have these bands rolling right in to a Hecarim pick, and that is a very, very strong first pick that we have here.
You know how I feel about this champion, Crims. It's it's up there. It's one of my favorites. The Hecarim going to be rolling through in this one. There's so many champions you can pair this with. Right now in the meta, it's extremely strong. Pathing, that's a big thing that it goes along with the Hecarim, your itemization, even your rune choice. Very optimal builds that are out there, and definitely can take over games. But that's going to be answered back with a Set and a Senna.
Yep, and just if you're wondering about the bands below, why there are two missing bands here, I believe Rex did not get their roster locked in time, so they're missing a band. And Super Late Reveal decided to do a homie ban, I guess, and they do not have a ban for theirs first either. As we have Set being picked up here, Set Senna. I'm wondering if they're trying to flex, but they're over revealing their hand at this is a Set bot lane possibly here.
Could be. Couple of options for the Set, obviously. Haven't seen it rolling around in the jungle in quite a while. If I have and nobody else has, it means that I am down bad in the elo rankings, but that's okay. MF going to be locked in here as well. This is a champion that can definitely influence those big team fights, that bullet time coming down as well. But you have to pair it with something that's going to get it through that laning phase. Especially you're going against, I presume, a Senna going to come through as the AD carry role, or it can be flexed to support as well. We've seen that multiple times too. So a lot of guessing going on, and it's a Karma going to be locked in.
Yeah, Misfortune Karma is going to have a lot of poke in the bot lane. It's honestly crazy. This new MF, the power that she has in the game, can really take control of the bot lane as well as win these mid-game team fights. So very strong currently, especially if you pair that with Hecarim and a Karma. This is a very strong three-man bot side pick from the side of Rex here, and this could potentially take over the game, especially in that mid-game that I'm talking about, as we have Udyr being picked up in response from SLR.
Yeah, so far, most definitely, like you've already touched on, that engage is going to be magnified by having that Karma there to push Hecarim just a little bit more in these team fights, and definitely getting those picks is something that has to be respected, right? That vision game is so important, especially for both of these junglers. Udyr is one of those junglers too. Can also go at the top, so that's not guaranteed to be an Udyr jungle either. And the Set, I mean, in the 1v1 is so strong. Has a lot of ability to take over team fights for sure. He's got that Kurt Angle German suplex. I love that. He's one of those champions. If you get the little micro plays in the 1v1 correctly, you can definitely run away with the lane.
Yeah, Set is actually not too popular right now, but is one of those lane stompers that you're talking about. As we see a mid ban from SLR here as well, some jungle bans from Rex. Either they want to make sure this Udyr's in the jungle, or they're quite not buying that this is a Udyr jungle pick at the moment.
Yeah, guessing game is well online. But if you are going up against, say, the Senna in the bot lane, and presuming that this Karma can go the support or the mid lane, if it is going the mid lane, let's say hypothetically it's going there. What do you put as the support in this case to try and stop that Senna scaling up, to try and stop that incredible passive that Senna certainly does have to almost one shot your carries, 20, 25 minutes into the game, depending on the CS. Specifically, do you go hard engage? Like, do you bring back those mana enchanters that can make life a little bit harder just in that laning phase?
Well, you definitely want to make sure that Senna is not allowed to free trade. So I think the MF Karma is perfectly capable of handling a Senna, making sure that she can't just trade willy nilly, and therefore disincentivizing her from picking up her souls. As we have Trundle being picked up here, now this is a double flex. Udyr Trundle can go in either lanes. However, I think this is a bit interesting because Hecarim is revealed here. So I'm thinking that they are deciding Trundle into this Hecarim, and I think it's going to be a tank Hecarim.
Okay. Well, if it is, Trundle, that subjugate is definitely going to come into full effect. The pillar placement, team fights, disengages, all those important things. Victor going to be locked in here for Rex. And Victor in these team fights can be really immobile. And if you get the Trundle pillar right, it's going to spell all sorts of trouble for that mid laner.
Yeah, Victor is immobile, has to walk around, knows like swanky dashes or any magic like that. So Trundle does have pretty good gank authority against this Victor here, as well as the MF and Karma, not to mention. So if there is any strong ganking assist, that should be an angle. Okay, they're going to pair up this
Wow.
Hecarim with the Shen. They're going to be doing a dive combo. This is all out mid game or bust for the side of Rex Regalis here.
Yeah, they're getting that insurance policy for flying in. We seen Yumi on the Hecarim the other day. Now they're going to try the Shen. I mean, that Stand United comes in so handy. You think you're winning a team fight, and then boom, Shen is there, taunting you, bring you back into it, and all of a sudden, can definitely turn those numbers in your favor. So team composition is looking really good from Rex right here.
Yeah, SLR do have an answer for the Hecarim, though. I think the set has actually turned out to be quite a useful pick because you're just going to yeet out the Hecarim even with the Stand United on top of it. And that is going to disengage for your backline here, which is going to be that Senazera. That's a lot of range and poke potential in the late game here. I could just imagine if they get ahead or scale into the late game, there's not going to be enough room for Rex Regalis to poke out for these objectives, and they're just going to get zoned away. So I think we know who's going to take the scaling and who is going to try to win early here. Rex Regalis, they're going to have to win this mid game.
Yeah, most certainly. And the biggest thing for me in this one is going to be this jungle matchup, right? Udyr definitely has the potential to take over the game. If it even is, I mean, we're kind of looking at it here. Okay, yeah, it's probably going to be the Udyr going in the jungle here. So, uh, can you stop the jungler from actually taking over the game? That's the biggest thing for me. And what is the pathing going to be like? Are we going to get opposite starts? Or are they going to start on the same side? And like you already touched on, that set has the tools to get the Hecarim out of the team fight. And then what are you left with? Especially if the Shen is going in that delivery system with the Hecarim, it can spell all sorts of trouble for the backline that will be exposed.
Yeah, that is going to be very important for this game, as well as the MF. And here we are starting on the Rift. Everyone's talking about how amazing this is. And I got to say, I agree here. Get to see the side of this Udyr leaving with a Senna on the horse. That is an epic shot. Got to give it to the production staff here. Riding
It
right
really
into the
is.
fog as well.
Yeah, it really is. But it looks like they're grouped as well. This is something that we haven't seen too predominantly in the early game. Potentially going to try and get a pick here. And Alk Barry not really looking over the shoulder right there.
All right. Well, I guess the illumination of the fog here is really hitting the rift. Is Snoop Box is Snoop Dogg
It's this
on the
weather.
map
It's the
here? What's
weather.
going on?
It's the DO double G, baby, and he's in here. That's why you tune in to FOF. That's what I'm saying right there. But look, the most important takeaway from that is actually Alk Battery's flash is going to be gone in the early game here. So that's a big summoner already down.
All right. Well, Snoop Dogg definitely coming in here, blessing the field with the hot box here. We'll get away for production to see what they want to do, but we're going to keep doing our thing as it's looking like there's some wards have went down. Fang over Fang is starting topside as well as Rafa, and they're aiming to shake up the bot lane here.
Yep, absolutely straight on that. But we are going to see, okay, Udyr top, eat my words. Trundle going to be starting on the red side of that jungle. Hecarim going to mirror that as well. Both junglers, well, especially Hecarim looks to do that full clear there. As we're just trying to get a reset on things here from production, but we will be back momentarily. Oh yeah, I guess we are. It's just a replay that's popped up. Okay, getting the coin flip.
Yeah,
Seeing the trade in the
and
top lane too, and Beora is just getting pushed in by the Sudir.
yeah, I like the Udyr into the Shen a lot better. Doesn't have to rely on auto attacks, and that's really going to give Shen a hard time. Cubby is going to be trading in the mid lane. And it seems like we do have a little bit more issues here. So I think might be just a good time to just talk about this game a little bit as our expectations are setting in.
Absolutely. And another big thing is for this is Zerath in the mid lane. That passive coming through, the getting the last hit on. Oh, and Anti is getting a little bit lot of damage put down there. As you can see the set being pushed behind the turret. But the way this lane kind of goes here, there's so much harass coming through from the Karma and the MF. It's pretty expected to be under pressure here.
Yeah, the slows into the karma damage is extremely deadly. Smack's going to be doing just that to the bot lane for now. Luru and Anti have to play pretty safe here. That being said, Fang over Fang is peering right over the corner to go for a gank, but Rafa is not too far behind.
Oh, Fang is shadowing his bot lane here, probably predicting that the Hecarim will be in the vicinity, and he's exactly right. As we see, he's going to take the long walk around because they're going to see each other at this crab. They're going to get the make it rain. He's slow on the Fang, devastating charge already on him. That red buff just going to burn him a little bit more. Heal going to come through from Lura to keep him alive. He's going to have to flash out of that one, and already see an advantage in Rex in the bot lane.
Yeah, and that is going to be a slight advantage. However, they're going to take it from the side of this Hecarim here. Rafa. Oh, did that get stolen? I believe it did. That is unfortunate. So Rex here is going to be able to get a slight advantage. Huge trade against Cubby. QB, as we have Rafa picking up the crab. Supposed to be double crab, but I guess you're just going to have to take one.
It's a full combo there. Cubby going low on the mana, so he's going to try and push this one in and back. Oh, we see the chain going down. Oh, going to reverse that one. Senna going to say, I can do it too. Gets another soul proc coming off a Alk Battery. Cubby in trouble here. Pillar causing them all sorts of issues in that mid lane. They're going to have to pop the flash and the ghost on the Victor. Seeing these proactive plays coming through from the junglers this early in the game here, Krim.
Yeah, and I'm a bit worried for Fang over Fang right now. Still level 3 is behind in the jungle, and Hecarim is a monster clear champion. So I think this lead's going to balloon out a bit as the bot lane beatdown is continuing here.
Rafa putting full respect on that name. You see an empowered mantra actually go through there. A lot of damage on it in the set. It still has the W available to get the shield going up. Make it rain. Gonna make him think twice about that and has to go back here.
And this is going to be a good sign for Rex because they want to get these dragons as well. Beora trying to do a bit of a bait on Orphic here.
Oh, pulls it right through him. He'll be able to get the taunt here.
Nice
Ghost,
taunt.
devastating charge already put through. Comboed with the Shen is good. Orphic, flash going to be on him as well. He's going down if one more hit is there, and it's not going to be. Orphic survives that one as Rafa is met by Fang just shadowing right here, but they're going to try and push this one in. And already you're seeing that devastating combo, and the ultimates are not available yet.
And fortunately for them, they just don't have the damage due to their champions. Hecarim doesn't have any AD yet, and Bayor on Shen is just not going to do that much. So Orphic able to get out of there. No pillar coming out from Fang over Fang. I was a bit worried on the edge of my seat, but looks like Orphic going to be just fine. Burns the TP, and still no first blood. Unlike game number 1 for us today, this one's going to be taking a little more time.
Cool, calm, and collected on the Rift. I think it was something to do with Snoop Dogg in the early game there, Crims. I think that's what everybody is on. But look, like you said, exactly right. Everybody just taking it slow in this one. We do see strong side in the bot side for Rex right here. Continually pushing those waves in, putting the pressure down, giving that Hecarim the freedom to go wherever he pleases. But it's important to note that the Trundle, if he pops up there, it's going to spell trouble. Of course, he ganked the mid lane, and Cubby is now without his summoner, so be important to see if he wants to revisit that.
Yeah, Cubby is going to have to play safe. No sums, doesn't have any way to get out. If Guilty gets that stun as well as a pillar, I think that's just going to be on the Cubby there. So they're focusing here on the bot side from the side of Rex. Hecarim coming in through the bottom. Is this going to be a free dragon take? They have full control of that bot lane.
Seems like he's going all the way around here. It'd be interesting to see how close to 6 he actually is. There's nothing to farm in that jungle, rightly so, because Fang was already there. He's on his red buff again. He's getting the timings correct. Rafa probably recognizes that, and he's going straight onto the dragon here.
Yeah, I think this could be potentially a little bit late because this might give over the Rift Herald. I guess they do have enough time, 30 seconds, as well as no contest coming from the other side. And yep, this is going to be a free dragon pick based off that bot pressure and prio. And so far, that's picking up a free objective.
Right, the Arcane is available for the Xerath, but doesn't look like he wants to pop that to get vision of that dragon. So they're going to give over that one nice and easy in the early game as we see Fang. He's going to get spotted out by Cubby here. Will they collapse on this, though? Because there is a ward there.
Yeah, Cubby's furious. No one takes a mid laner's blue buff here. Fang has to leave the vicinity. Speeds on out with the river movement speed bonus. And no Rift Herald trade. I think that's going to be the important thing, that SLR does not get the Rift Herald here.
Not only does Rafa get up there, I mean, that's what you call a mid laner. A true mid laner defends your buffs for you. So whatever you see in solo queue ain't what happening here. But we see Udyr is actually trying to get in there to contest it as well. Did he actually force Rafa off of that?
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's clearing it anymore. Look, Orphic here, and the top side is doing a lot of work. Did go the Doran's Ring, as we were talking about. You need that new technology on Udyr top. Don't go Doran Shield. You need that mana on top of a tier here. And this matchup is just so good for Udyr right now. Has a huge CS lead, and I don't think there's going to be anything Baora can do to counter it at the moment.
Nope, and he's going to shove that one in on top of the Shen. So Shen just going to hug the turret. You see, like Crim's already pointed out, that CS lead, it's getting up there, you know, 22 CS, however it may be. Baora's job in this game is just to hit that stand united on one of the carries to keep them alive. So he's going to soak up that pressure in the top side. Orphic has a little bit of a different job here. He will continually keep pushing that down, keep trying to apply that pressure. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. Is he gets that timing off to perfection. He's going to catch that wave and not miss out on any gold or XP.
All right, looks like Rex are going to swap their bot lane up to the top side on Rift Herald, thus exposing their bot turret. And I think this might be a huge mistake. They're going to be giving up 2 plates at least. It looks like they are going to try to stop that and prevent the 2 plates here. But this is just a lonely Shen. I don't think that that's going to be possible. And Fang is just looming in their jungle.
Well, Orphic is on the hunt here to figure out what's going on. He's going to find out very shortly. Actually, he's not even going to check it. Okay. And like you said as well, they're 3 strong in the bot side right now. Trundle going to do some counter jungling. Fang just realizes that if they are going to give over the Herald, they're going to try and get something from this. Right, the Arcane is available for the Xerath, and Baora is in trouble here. Okay, Subjugate going to go down. Trundle's going to tank it first. How are they going to play this one out? He's going to parry that. He's going to tank one more. That's perfectly executed in the center. gets the kill with the ultimate going through. They dive the Shen and kill him.
All right, meanwhile, topside, they're going to try to burn this down. Orphic's here to clear the wave. They're not contesting Orphic off the wave either. That Phoenix stands burning down most of the HP bar of those minions here. And are they going to drop the Rift Herald? They're not even going to trade evenly on the map. And that is just, it just seems like a terrible macro play from the side of Rex here.
Well, whether they have a different idea on where they want to put Shelly, but the whole point of playing around that Herald in the early game is to try and get those plays, but it looks like first turret is actually going to go over. He's SLR in this one.
Yeah, missed opportunity. The waves weren't exactly timed for what they were going for. They did go for it anyway, and they get a huge punish. Look at this. It's only 1 kill difference, and this is a 2k gold lead for the side of RLS.
Oh, Fiora's going to eat
SLR.
that true damage too.
Anti. Almost got that kill right there. Very close.
Yeah, now Senna is just getting a freebie in this early game, probably sitting on a handsome amount of gold here as well. Set doing all the CS in the bot lane, not doing too bad into that poke composition that they have for that duo. See Rafa coming up here. Bullet time, Orphic, your time is up. His Fang is here now. They still have Shelly. Gonna drop it now. Gonna get the bite on it, Rafa. If they can stick around, they'll get the gold. Are they in range? When this goes off, it's not even going to go. Oh, yeah, it does go off. They do get the gold. So, hashtag worth. Still standing in that top side, though.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be recovery. I'm going to question as to why they left Orphic so long alone in the top side. Can top laners get some help here? They just left him to die, and they give up the 4 plates as well. This is definitely a comeback from the side of Rex.
This is why they call top lane an island. You either sink or swim, and right now, both of those guys are they're trying their best, but you know, lessons might be needed for that one. But hey, look, we are looking at everybody doing this famous dragon dance here as they all group around for this one. Actually going to go on to Orphic already. Make it rain will slow down the rest of the team as well as the Trundle pillar. Going to separate them, so not going to get that engage right now, but they're looking to fight for this.
And SLR get position. They also are going to match the mid prio here. Xerath is going to be able to poke out in the next coming minutes, and they're already starting up this dragon. They're wasting no time here.
Yeah, Set just zoning out the Hecarim.
Victor on the bot side.
Showstopper still there. Facebreaker going to go into Hecarim. He's going to go low already. Rafa's going to get the stand united to keep him alive. Showstopper's going to go through. It's not going to be enough to kill him. Onslaught Shadows will feed it up, but they'll trade it for the jungler regardless. As Anti goes down as well. Fang chasing Copy away. It was important to see that Fang did secure that dragon. They still want the team fight. They're going to go on to Cubby. He has no summoners available. Now Beora's going to go in as well. Here goes the MF. The damage going through. Guilty. Going to get a little taste of that one. Beora just living for an eternity. Is Luru. Look at the damage. Oh, he's going to get popped by the bite from the Trundle. They're still chasing. Can the stun land? It's on the Victor. Cubby going to get a kill back with a Siphon Strike as he looks to trade again. Luru's not going to get that one as they go through again. That's going to be this chain up by the Karma. Guilty, going to run away, get the heal through from Lura, and that's going to be all.
That was an unexpected fight after the dragon falls, and it's going to be looking like Guilty and Luru are going to be picking up a lot. Smack's dropping really low. Shield comes out just in time. There are taunts to save the support there. However, is at the cost of his own life. Doesn't actually gets a kill trade instead. Definitely worth it as Anti is just the support here, or just the second bottom laner here. Guilty does give over a kill, and yeah, you had a lot of words to say in this team fight here. Rafa drops really low, and Anti goes in to finish off Rafa here. You take this trade any day because this means that your team can secure the dragon. We're going to take a peek at this bottom ward. Very important to know what happens down there in the middle of this team fight. Fang over Fang is now on top, and now we get this front to back team fight where Beora is able to actually taunt out Orphic at a very important moment. And now this very, very skillful fight here, that the stun landing Alk battery and getting that instant kill is so important. Now they're pushing in because Guilty feels very comfortable here, but Cubby with a huge laser doesn't exactly pick up Luru, and now this is just going to be disengaged here as two teams do miss their sums and their taunts, and nothing much can happen after that. But that was a crazy fight.
That's a taster for things to come. I'm all for it. That was played pretty damn well on both sides right there, but they trade over the dragon, so that's the most important thing. Um, and look, that has been a predominant win condition for many teams this season so far. So they're starting to play around these objectives. They want to contest them. You don't like to give away that soul point if you don't have to. Oh,
Yeah.
Luru
Oh,
gonna face check
Luru.
that one, get rooted up, but it might be the debate of the century. Is smacked, gonna get slowed down by Fang. Pillar was already used, gonna flash ahead. There goes the taunt going through from Shen. There goes the Kurt Angle, German suplex, gonna take out the Karma, and this one in Smacks is just gonna get smacked the hell off the rift.
Yeah, that is going to be an easy transfer into Rift Herald. We do have Rafa on the bot side trying to take away camps in response here. But Smacks just a bit too far ahead without team support. AD carry was in the mid lane trying to get Prio instead. And they might be able to just trade this for mid turret, but this is going to be pretty risky.
Okay, Anti coming in to defend that turret along with these laners right there. Cubby is here as well. They are on a ward, so this is dangerous. Want to make sure that you can keep away from that Trundle pillar. It can separate you from the rest of the team. It has to be respected. It's been the turning point in so many team fights so far in this game. 17 minutes, we're only seeing 11 kills in it. I'm not complaining. I know you ain't as well, Crims.
Yeah, I think you said this one was a banger. I guess you predicted the future here as no team has a solid lead and it's almost hitting 20 minutes in. I do want to point out that the side of Rex do really want to win in this mid game. So time is ticking. The window is closing. They do have the champions to do it, and they're not close to being out of this game at all. They definitely have an opportunity. Full tank on Rafa here. Doesn't opt for the Eclipse build. I know it's a bit solo QE, but this is really the nerfed damage Hecarim as well. You don't get as much DPS without any AD, so they're going to be opting for that instead. They saying that they need the front line.
There's no ward coverage up top either, and Biora is pushed up here as Trundle is looking to kind of collapse on him. He recognizes he might be in danger, so opts to get that back off to nice and safe. Shelly's going to be dropped. And in that top lane, they're trying to crack that one open so that they can kind of take away the pressure. I mean, there's free gold on the map. You may as well pick it up.
Yeah, they're definitely going to crack that top lane like an egg, as we have the dragon coming up very, very soon. 10 seconds on the clock. Mid prio being established by SLR. Very strong showing of force here. They definitely want this dragon.
Yeah, 4 strong. They're going to pull the trigger. Rafa going to go in.
He's on guilty.
Straight on the guilty. Yeah, Izera, super important to try and get this guy down. He's been left on an island at the back. Onslaught Shadow is going to be paired to the Shen. The taunt's going to go down, but Seth is going to be the first to drop in this one. Arcane no, it's not going to land. He's not going to kill Rafa either. Still going to get out of it. There goes Biora. He's going to get stunned up. Bullet time. Not ripping through any health bars as it goes wide. Senna ultimate. Going to heal up the team. Oh, stunned up by the gravity. Shield is going to be Orphic. He's going to be taken out of there. It's Cubby claims that one. The victor going big, and they walk away with a 2-for-1.
Yeah, SLR guilty is not given enough time to build up enough damage to secure this dragon here. Rafa instantly engages, forces Sums out of guilty as well, isn't able to do that much damage. And even though a lot of ultis went wide, Orphic going down just because of the fact of the nature that this is an Udyr super frontliner, just falls via the AoE damage and focus fire at the end there. And very importantly, Rex pick up this dragon here as they're trying to make their way towards their win condition of winning this mid game.
That's really what we've been lacking in this game so far. That delivery system for the Shen. Getting into the backside, Rafa survived long enough so that the Shen could actually come through, get the taunt off. Right on it is Zerath, but he didn't fall. That's an unlucky thing here, but they did burn both summoners, so whether they duke it out around this Baron, we'll see when they go to push the vision here, but those summoners being down for the Zerath, really important.
Yeah, they definitely also need that range and time to set up as well. They're really going for getting that prior to set up a dragon and got flanked for it in the end. Not enough wards on the side. And I think we might be finding ourselves in a bit of a lull state as we have a pretty even gold lead on both sides here. No one really stretching out
Oh, Cubby might be in trouble here. No sums. Gets a gravity field down. Anti. Gonna go straight on him with the showstopper. Gonna pull him back. Trundle's gonna lock
Oh,
him up as
BR is
well.
here.
He's gonna get assistance from his Zerath, but it's not enough to keep him alive here. Anti's burning. He still trades one over.
BR getting stopped by Orphic there. That is a clutch play, as it does pick up the kill after death, the martyrdom. And Orphic is still strong in this matchup. BR is still no MR, just the measly Merc treads. Opts for a Tiamat as Raph is going for a flank.
Again. Yeah, Onslaught Shadows rolling his Zerath. He has no summoners. Why not? Can he get the amount of damage required to kill him? Alt Battery says yes. Luro not going to do enough to keep his mid laner alive. They pick up a freebie in the mid lane.
Yeah, Guilty is going to be very susceptible to these Rafa flanks. Doesn't have much mobility, especially without sums. Is a sitting duck. Really needs his team to play around as well as space via these turrets or minions like that, and just was pushed a little too far unbeknownst to him. Gives over another kill.
Orphic waiting here to see if anybody will take the bait. Okay. Rafa says, yeah, danger ahead. Walk at your own risk, and says no, he's going to get the back off as well. So important to keep tabs on the Udyr. He is 0-3, but he is causing a major problem, especially in the side. You have to send multiple members to actually deal with this guy.
Yeah, or otherwise Bear is going to have a tough time holding these turrets down. Anti on the top side matching into this Victor. Interesting to see that. I think they're afraid of Guilty on the side lanes. That makes a lot of sense. Zerath is not exactly the best in a long lane here. Fang or Fang, a bit caught out, is going to be able to walk out as the vision battle for Baron now commences post 20 minutes.
Oh, that was pretty clean from Guilty, landing straight on an MF there, but she did have the buff transfer complete, so she's sitting with the red right now. Luru walking up, no stun coming through. Fang in the vicinity too. Doesn't want to go any further ahead. There goes the pillar straight on the Karma, but Smacks will walk that one out as they look to just get a feel for each other in the mid lane, battling for this prio.
Yeah, so far that MF movement speed making it quite difficult for Guilty to land a clean shot. Cubby's pushing up the top side very, very far. Fang or Fang going for a punish. Beora does have the ultimate, and there's no Orphic to stop it this time around.
Yeah, Cubby's going to get out with that one. Friends were in the vicinity, you know, Rafa and Smack, so they were covering both summoners available for the Victor, so should be relatively safe if they can push the vision in here, but they are sending Cubby to try and match Anti right here. Spot out Rafa. Fang will see Smacks with that pillar going down as they try and fight for the smite over the Krugs. He's just going to stand there, give him the little emote. Mutual respect going down, and they're going to back away.
I think that was a bit of BM actually. As
I wonder if he got the smite there. I wasn't. Wonder if
now. I mean, we do have time, so I'm interested to see how many stacks does Luru have, as that is an important stat to keep track of in this game. Definitely wants to be scaling, getting lots of souls. 95, not too shabby. That is going to be a lot of extra range. Almost hitting another breakpoint as well. Luru is doing very, very good right now. As Baron snuck Anti and Fang over Fang, going for some cheeky plays 18 seconds before Dragon.
It's a bold move, caught him, but let's see if it pays off. It looks like it is so far. We see no movement coming through from Rafa as they're just looking to try and shadow that bot side river. And they did catch that crab, so maybe they see multiple members down there. They'll certainly see them now, but that's a great sneak for that Baron.
You know, I'm not so convinced that was the best move because you've just given over a third Drake. Now, I'm not saying it's all terrible. If you do get a significant gold lead with this Baron here, I think it can be worth it. However, next Dragon, if you lose that fight, that could just be the game. So now SLR have to really make sure that they're going to get a significant gold lead via this Baron trade here.
Ocean Soul will certainly prove a factor in who wins this game, so you cannot give that one over. That is the second Ocean Drake going to go over to Rex right here, so they are playing for those dragons in that Baron. I mean, it was pretty intelligent, but we'll see how far that intelligence will go as we head into the mid game. Nice and proper here, 25 minutes onto the clock, the gold lead. Very close in this one, nothing to really shout about. We get the bullet time to clear out that wave so they can't siege that turret. Fang gonna go in. He's not gonna risk anything for that. They're just gonna wait for that next wave, and they're buying time here. But this mid turret should fall.
Yeah, there's no way they can stand up to the poke. Luru's range as well as Guilty is just going to slowly whittle them down. Plus, Alk Battery did burn the ultimate. Orphic here, just going to try to get this wave in. But yeah, Alk Battery burned the ultimate, so no way they could really fight this one out either. Looks like they're going to eventually give it up here.
Yeah, the poke coming through from Guilty. Yeah, it's gonna force them off the turret. So that power play is online now. They take down the mid lane turret, which opens up the map a little bit more to these plays. You see them transcend into the red side of Rex's jungle right here.
Yep, Orphic on the top side, gonna try to push that down. Notice how the top tier 2 is also very low. The mid tier 1, tier 2 is gonna be pretty tough. They just took that tier 1, and it took a bit of time. I'm interested to see how much Baron time they have left, as they're just getting it for free.
Wow, yeah, they just go, yeah, you guys want to farm the jungle? We're going to farm your turrets. Udyr synced this wave up as well, so this top second tier turret can fall as well.
Yeah, did they make it like 4K off this Baron? I mean, they are in the gold lead now by a significant margin. And if they pick this up, yeah, it's going to extend it as well to the 3K.
Cubby just gets chunked out there. Orphic just going to run in the face. That might be a mistake. Oh, Trundle going to get killed on the backside there. He gets blown up by Cubby.
Yeah, this Victor's doing an insane amount of damage with the Death Cap and the Void Staff there. He is going to be able to eviscerate anyone in a team fight. They're definitely going to have to keep their eyes on Cubby on this Victor pick here.
And you want to see what went down there.
Yeah, I think he was on the backside. As here we go, Fang over Fang, looking all good, nice and healthy. As Guilty is trying to poke out, and Cubby's just going to return fire with the ultimate, and it just burns Fang over Fang down the whole time. Wow, I can't believe it.
That was some insane damage coming through from that Chaos Storm on the Victor. Wow. And why not? He's got Void Staff, Rabadon's. He's built to kill this man right now. He's insanely strong. 270 CS as well. He's a problem.
Yeah, Fang doesn't have any MR. Goes for a really good 1v1 build, but then does burn down to Cubby there. Definitely have to make sure that Fang ults Rafa before he really starts to fight in these team fights coming up here. 1 minute on the clock. Gold lead going over to the side of SLR. Now, normally I would say, yeah, they have the gold lead. They have the better scaling team. They should have the advantage. But this dragon scenario is just looming in the back of my head. It's such a threat. It's such a fine line where if they mess up at the next dragon, that could be the game. Anti running into two members here.
Actually, they did have the vision there to maybe try and get something from that, but they opt not to. There's a lot of risk involved, especially when there's less than a minute on this dragon. The soul point will be huge. They have to contest this. They are looking to push the vision here. There's the Orphic going to get his... no, he's going to keep his back. Stay in that wave, but forcing that Shen there, TP and Stand United is available as well for this guy, so he's certainly going to be joining this fight. As Rafa waits in the brush right there, we see... Oh, it's no man's land right now. Nobody knows. Fang.
Or Fang could get bursted here. He's not tanky until he ults. We have to remember that.
Oh, he's going to get Facebreaker back. There goes the Stand United on Rafa. Anti going extremely low here as he get the teleport in the backside. Senna ult's going to keep him on live. Bullet time. Rim through the health bars. Fang's going to go as well. He's going to join the statistic. He's going to be finished in this one. Gray screen certainly abundant. But looks like
SLR have the advantage
more. Look
here.
at Cubby. He's just going full God mode, but he's going to get exploded as soon as he goes into Orphic. You see Smacks and Barry extremely healthy in this one. Orphic just getting pinned down. He's going to get...
misses
No,
the
he's still
stun.
alive. Oh, he's going to get picked off. Barry goes huge in that team fight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Guilty was playing it a bit safe. Wasn't there to back up Orphic as much as he wanted to. He could certainly burst out a member right now if they're not careful. Another stun goes wide. I imagine if you hit that stun on Battery, they could have turned it around. They're going to try to zone out Guilty here. As I wonder if they do threaten the dragon. Fang is a little bit behind Rafa, as well as the horse being much faster than the troll here. Is this going to be fourth Drake? I do have to wonder.
Looks like it is. They're teleporting in to try and secure this. Make It Rain's going to zone them. They're going to commit the teleport as well, but they can burn this quicker. Then that's finished. Anti, right here. That's going to be the soul completed. We're going to see a fight. Taunt going through onto the set. It gets a true damage off on
huge!
3. Onslaught of Shadows going to disrupt the fight for a second as Fang looks to try and disengage. Now they're on the hunt. Smack's going to hit that Mantra Inspire. And they might get away from this one. Will Fang get the pillar down? He's certainly in range. Oh, they're walking on eggshells right here. Yeah, he's going to put on Fiora, but there's nothing to follow that up with. They get out with the soul.
Yeah, and that is an excellent take. They call it out. You're not going to be able to have enough time to make it back to this dragon. We have a TP as well as the faster jungler. Luru in a bit of danger.
Oh, Cobby. Oh, he misses the laser, and that was enough. Summoner's burn. Ultimate from Izerath. Not going to get anything more than that.
We're going way back here. Rafa does get stunned up, and they're putting down damage, but the ultimate from Bayor is going to stall as well, and they're going to ult with Anti into the team, as well as Shen buying time, so both junglers are out. Oh, Orphic just falls right there. That is an important member, frontliner for the side of SLR. And this Baron is currently ripe for the taking. They have Bayor on the side with Stan United as well. They can put pressure on 2 fronts. And now SLR are in a very, very tough position.
Wow, he has to burn the flash from the Karma right there. Make It Rain going to go over. Fang flashes it well preemptively. Still going to go in. Chaos Storm is down there. They're melting. The center's going to keep them alive for a second, but they steal the Baron through Anti. Anti gets out. That is styling.
Yeah, at the cost of their jungler, they do pick up the Baron, saving the game momentarily. And that was almost a completely losing moment. I have to take a moment of breath here, as Rex would have been primed for victory after taking that Baron. But this game has only just been stalled for a few moments here, as 4 members are walking down mid lane, and SLR have to mount a defense.
All right, looks like they're going to go for it. Will they catch Rafa? No, they won't. Make It Rain, but he's going to get rooted up by the center. He will get out of that one. Chopping down Baora right here, the center, doing a lot of damage. But if that Victor is anywhere in the vicinity, he could spell trouble. Lure still wants it. Orphic leading the charge. Level 17 on the Udyr, looking really good in this one. 0 and 5 is not a reflection of how this game has gone for this man.
And now the Barons kind of stalled out the game. They're losing form on top side here. That just, as a top laner, makes me cry inside. As now it's not clear what each team should do. The gold has evened out somewhat, but this next dragon is the Elder, as well as the Ocean being secured. And now we have to take a look how much Grievous wounds are on the field, and I'm not seeing much from the side of SLR here.
Well, the itemization, extremely important. I mean, when you talk about Ocean Drake, that's a lot of healing. They can go in for these big trades. They can stall these team fights, and they can see so much benefit coming out from that. So it raises the question, which you pointed out perfectly, Crims. Are they going to regret taking that first Baron?
Yeah, that Baron trade. You know, it's not a bad call exactly, because, I mean, theoretically, you could lose that dragon fight pretty hard, and they weren't exactly in the winning position. So they made a play. They weren't in the greatest spots, and they were able to make a trade on the map, which is more than you can ask for from a lot of other teams. So respect to them for making that hard decision, as now they're going to be left in even harder position than before, and they're going to have to make some good calls if they want to secure this win here. As we're talking about, both TDE and UB did win. Can SLR follow suit?
Slow, stun, everything. Rafa,
oh my
gone.
Goodness.
Teleport coming in. They still have Baron. This could be a big change in the way that this game is going. Will they be able to crack the base though? Because Cubby is clearing these waves. Oh, Luro's going to take a lot of damage. Orphic going to get a little bit of taste of that sweet Victor damage. Also, this next wave is looking to crash in. They have set on the bot side, so they can wait for this, and they will pick up some gold, as we see. Cubby's going to go and answer that one, so maybe not.
Whoa,
Anti certainly going to go for it. It's going to dodge the gravity field. Okay, Chaos Storm. Okay, true damage. Oh! Cubby's still alive. He turns it around, and Anti is out of here.
I can't believe it. That matchup was on the edge. Anti almost gets the kill, but Ocean Drake saves Cubby in the end. That, how much damage was that W? It was insane.
I mean, you're talking about thin lines in this one, and Cubby says, what thin line? He's like, I ain't even in any trouble. Watch this. He makes the set disappear. Check this replay. Oh, this is the first. Okay.
Yeah, Orphic dropping really low. They really have to poke to make sure that they can secure this turret that way. So maybe they took one step a bit too far here as they're aiming to get some poke damage down. Fang walks up the turret and eats a full MF ult to the face. Definitely not advised there. Dragon 30 seconds away, and guess who has prio? It's Rex.
Absolutely. As they look to crash into that second tier in the bot lane. Now we're getting the answer from SLR. This game is on a knife's edge. The next big fight might just be it. Is Fang eats some damage coming through from MF and Rafa doing the counter jungling this late into the game. You love to see it. Efficiency is number one, but this dragon 5 seconds away. It's on the map.
Oh, Fang.
Oh, he still wants it. Oh, he's still going to go too far here. Luru going to get blown to pieces.
Oh, absolutely.
Redemption going to go down. He's going to trade over for the victor. Orphic going to run ahead as well as Beora. Looking to zone out the rest of the team. The Hecarim still made the call. I'm going to stay on Elder.
Guilty's
you guys do all the work on the backside. Bullet time still available. It can certainly change the way that this contest could happen. It's Udir's gone extremely low, and now they're looking around them. Onslaught shadows, everything's there. They're going to get damage coming through from the MF as well. Oh, there is there. Damage going to return it. Orphic going to go to Beora. Rafa falls, no smite available. They'll still get the Elder. Beora going to walk away from Guilty. Did they get the Elder?
They did, and using that, Beora picks up a triple kill on the Shen. They were all low health, and as soon as the Elder was picks up that triple kill. And now it's looking like Rex are in complete control of this game. They have the overpowered buff, and they've been winning these team fights with the Ocean Soul as well. You were a bit worried for a second, Cubby sacrificing his life for a kill on Luru, but in the end proves that it was worth it. And even with all that range, this Senna absolutely has to play safe around this victor.
Yep, got it in one, and now the delay, if they can, with this Elder. We do see the Baron is up in 10, so this might not be the Baron that you want to contest. You might have to just give this one away. The Elder buff is that strong. Any type of contest, you jump into that pit, you just get blown to pieces. The execute comes through. So getting control of these waves is probably the priority here.
Yep, as we can see here, Alk Battery, full build with the stopwatch here. Baron, not even lasting a few seconds.
Zera, I mean, it was close, but the smite was there. Victor gonna secure that one. Bill out the
I
Hecarim.
wonder what the comms were like on that one. Don't smite Rafa. I can get it with the Victor E.
I'm fed. Leave it. I got it. Right, the siege continues. Beora, big wave in the bot side. You're just going to scare him away. We've seen that throughout this whole game, but it's always been in the favor of the Shen. The team fighting is just been off the charts for Rex in this one as they look to try and crack that first inhibitor in the mid lane. Let's see how this goes. They're going to get the turret. Okay. Right onto the inhibitor
so
now.
Dangerous. They don't have much contest here. Orphic's going to move over, giving up the bot side tier turret as well. And they're just handing over free gold that they can't really afford, but they don't have any good options, Lamb.
No, they don't, and options are running thin as we approach. Okay, more gold in the pocket right there in the bot side. Now they're looking to crack this inhibitor. You have to feel there's going to be a point in time where you have to pull that trigger, but the Elder just changes that. You have to play preemptively as you can, try and delay it out because it isn't an even team fight, not even close. So they're doing a good job of this so far. Make It Rain's going to zone out Fang. They are going to get this turret. This will be the second inhibitor without contest. Rex, are they going to go for it? Looks like they're shaping up to. They have the cannon minions on it. The Nexus turret number 1, but they don't want to commit anything hard to this. Rafa walking back. Anti's taking a lot of damage from Kabi. The spacing from the Victor. One point in this one. Oh, he walks up. He's going to try and blow him up with a Chaos Storm. Not going to hit. Luru going to get out of that one. Has to go back and heal up. Kabi forcing them away. They'll have to get back here. The Ocean Drake going to help them. Nexus turret number 1 is going to go down. Okay, Fang Sage, I'm going to make the call. Flashing on the Cubby. He's going to get blown up on the front line. Rafa just going to get taken away, but the bullet time's just going to melt the Udyr as well. And this looks like it's going to spell the end for SLR. In this one, Anti takes an eternity to fall, but Rex is going to do that exactly as they take the second Nexus turret. They're on in the Nexus, and this looks like it's the game for them as nobody else wants to come out and contest.
And Rex pick up that victory. I think we wanted a banger, and did we get it? It looks like it was served up right for us. Man, that was an exciting game. It was on edge for a couple seconds there, maybe a couple minutes, as Alk Battery only dying one time, as well as the support Smacks there. They did a very good job overall. But man, Cubby, this is a fearless victor on the Rift. Ain't afraid to shoot some lasers at Ascena and pick up kills all around the map.
Oh, absolutely. And it was the confidence coming through. That Victor really shown. I mean, 62,000 in damage. This man was an absolute machine in this one. Pardon the pun. But you know what? He knew the limits. It cost him his life a couple of times, but he was trading over very successfully. And really, that's what it comes down to. But look, we are going to get an interview with the winning team. So stay tuned for that. It's been a pleasure to cast these games tonight alongside Crims. So we'll hear from the winning team after this one, guys.
Hello, folks. Chris Edgeworth here with tonight's final interview, joined by our newcomer onto the Rift. It's Cubby in the mid lane for Rex tonight. How are you feeling?
Not bad. It was fun being able to play fives with those guys on a stage. Definitely, a lot different than just queuing up for normies. So yeah, it was fun to participate. Thanks for having me tonight.
Right on. Well, let's start right there. Of course, you folks all know each other outside of the game. So what was your prep like, getting ready for today's game and getting ready to sub in as the ringer over Josh?
Yeah, no, I got 3 games admitted on my account before this. So I don't play League like during season, just because it's like too much work. Just like with me, it's better for me like in my job just to grind VODs than it is to like actually play the game. I can just go into practice tool if I want to test anything or things like that. So I'm actually like coming off of like a 3-4 month break, and so I've been playing solo queue like the last couple weeks, just playing Phil. So it's all right because like I feel like my hands are like kind of back. At one point I've been like D1 in every role and then GM and support. And obviously like we cover the game, so we have to have some basic knowledge of every role. But yeah, it's fun to step in, and I'm definitely like really lucky in the sense that I get to play with people that I oftentimes call coworkers, and we legitimately enjoy playing together, even if especially Rafa likes to pull out his hair. The guys like to sweat it out and stress it out a little bit, but in the end, like no matter what happens, it's definitely fun to play with this group, and feel very lucky that like we get along as a cast. That's definitely really good.
Honestly, you gotta respect the sweat. The Rex boys show up to play, so
Part of the fun,
exactly. Yeah. So let's tip into today's games. We have a very interesting draft, I thought, mostly because of what your lane had. It was the Victor against the Artilleryman in Xerath. Of course, there was a lot of other interesting stuff. We see the new deer in the hands of Orphic in the top lane getting flexed out of the jungle where we'd been seeing it. And of course, Biora finds himself onto another one of the fabled dog champions, the most famous dog champion even, with the Shen in the matchup against it. Hecarim in the hands of Rafa, the super balanced. Thank you, base Rito Hecarim.
Oh yeah.
And then of course the bot lane matchups interesting. Sent a set into MF Karma. Give me your thoughts, if you would, about how this draft developed, what you folks had, and what you ended up against.
I mean, Hecarim's open, so that's an easy slam. And then they picked their bot lane, so we just countered. And when I like had mid pick, I was looking at like 3 heavy melees, and I'm like, well, if I just take Victor with Ghost, like no one can touch me. And that's pretty much like what ended up happening. So that's what went into my pick. And in terms of the Xerath, honestly, Xerath's a champion that like I've always loved to play. Like the highest I was ranked mid was back in season 5 when it was like mage meta. So Victor is like always usually been one of my better mid lane champs, but I always used to play a lot of Xerath like after he got reworked. And I actually think he's pretty good right now. So it's pretty bold to play that into Shen Hecarim, I will say. But I actually think they had a decent idea of how to play out the Xerath comp. So that was fun to play against.
Yeah, and looking at the game, how it played out, the early game I felt like was tipped a little bit more in the favor of, or at least the kills and some of that early gold had found their way into the bot lane for the other team. The Senna and the Set both got a couple of kills, so SLR was able to get there. But in the end, of course, Smacks, they were a demon on this Karma throughout the entire game. 2-1-21 was the final one there. Felt like your scoreline was kind of understated comparatively because you did have a few more deaths than some of your colleagues, but 9-4-9, but a monstrous, as they touched on, 62,000 damage dealt, a 20,000 over Alk Battery's impressive output on the MF. Let's talk a little bit about how this game developed overall. I felt like, for me, the most interesting part of the mid-game where I felt things started to become a bit more tit-for-tat is when it became a conscious decision by SLR to opt in this 4th dragon to give you folks the soul point option while they got this Baron. in the end, of course, we see with hindsight being 2020 that was not it did not lead to the win for them. But I thought it was an interesting play in the moment. How were you folks feeling about this game as it was going towards that mid lane or midpoint rather?
Yeah, honestly, like they took we had a free dragon set up, and then they took Baron. We were just kind of like, oh crap, like all right, they snuck Baron. It's fine. Like we get soul point. And our comp has so much wave clear that we felt like it was okay. I think the game was like pretty even because we kind of griefed the first Rift Herald. Like the swap or rotation we had was like we forced Hecarim to take it, like forced it really hard. We ended up dropping waves in both top and bot, and we dropped bot camps too. So I think that's like one way they really got back in the game. And then yeah, like I interact really well with you know, the Udyr Trundle set, but I definitely got a little bit too hyphy trying to go for the Senna and the Xerath with some of the outplays. So I ended up trading myself a couple times when not ideal. I also got pillared into a wall, which really stunk. That was nice. So I was fortunate to be able to trade 1-for-1. But yeah, I think the Baron trade, like at that point, I don't want to say like they were running out of options, but it gets tough for Xerath to fight into our comp on even footing. And I think they had all their gold on Udyr, and we had the gold on me. So it was even on the scoreboard, but I feel like we had the gold in the right place. And that ended up being a big difference moving forward. Even if I did in the last dragon fight to get soul, I still was able to do enough damage to like make a mark.
One thing I want to point out here, if you might opine about one of your other players, someone that has been on or has caught my eye in the last couple of games as we've been in Mythic here, is the top lane of Biora. And you had said in the green room, plays with his head, not his hands. And even though impressive 6-3 and 12 for the Shen. So quite a pickup for a Shen itself. Impressive play, I would say, throughout the entire season. What are your thoughts here on the top lane?
Yeah, it felt great as a mid laner, you know, having a top laner just willing to sack so many waves to have, you know, non-advantageous Rift Herald calls made just to force it. So I think we had the right idea, just, you know, not the right thing. But no, having Bayor is awesome. I mean, this is my only time playing with these guys like in a really serious setting, but obviously, you know, coming from the mind of a scout, it's kind of fun for me, like being a coach at one point, like bouncing off things. I think that we're both like, I was pretty good at level 1s, like when I was a coach, and that's like what Baora specializes in too. He has a lot better way of presenting it, but it's kind of, it's like always fun bouncing ideas off him, because obviously he works with extremely high level League of Legends over at EG and then COG in the past. So, you know, those are scrims that I rarely, if at all, get to sit in on. So it's always really fun, like just sharing knowledge, and definitely something that's like really important for me when it comes to this game. Like I used to play to like try and climb, but now I definitely like play to learn and play to, you know, figure out how I can represent the game better when, you know, I'm doing my job. And so yeah, Baora, like being on the team's great. And yeah, like when he has to make like really, you know, crappy decisions for himself, it's like, it's all right, guys, we're good. It just kind of calms mental. I was like, hey guys, I answered that fight, and he's like, shut up, we're fine. So yeah, really nice to have that voice in the team.
That is super awesome. Yeah, that is anathema to almost all of us who mostly play outside of an organized setting. So it is good to see some of that more veteran mentality, so to speak, that more organized play mentality coming in. Recognizing, you know, hey, you know, things happen. Playdora outs, it's gonna be okay. So, and in the end, Rex, of course, does come up with this big win here in the end after a 40-minute slog fest. You guys really dragged it out, but hey, it was fun, good, interesting League of Legends, and we're glad that you were able to join us for it. Cubby, congratulations again on this win. Before we step away, though, for the evening, your last opportunity here on the desk. Any final thoughts, any shout-outs, any banter to leave with us?
I can't really banter because I don't know everyone in the league. I just kind of got to step in and play today. But appreciate you guys having me. And I have tuned in a few times to, you know, see my friends play competitively, and I think you guys do a nice job with the production over here. So keep up the good work. And yeah, hopefully Rex has success in future weeks. Most likely without me, but you know, if I get to step in and play whatever role they need me to play, I will do my best.
Hey, you have a vaunted 100% win rate, so you are still the ringer.
I mean, I could just pull a guru from players and just quit now. I feel like this might be the move, you know?
There you go. All right. Well,
team never lose.
There you go. All right, Rex, another win. It's been a very interesting day. A lot more fun to be seen tomorrow, folks, as we have another full day of Mythic coming up tomorrow, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be it for us tonight, though. We are done, and I want to give a big thank you to all of our players and teams that make this possible to have a league, all of our staff members running behind the scenes to make it possible, our production staff, to get the stream out to you all, and to all of our viewers who make it fun, interesting, and exciting. Thanks for everyone involved. We will be back tomorrow. See you then.